Apparently.
Good morning, everyone. It's the DA, and we gotta get ready to go on one with Miss Letitia Johnson. And welcome to the show, Miss Letitia Johnson. Welcome.
Welcome, Mr. David Allen.
And
How you doing?
We're looking forward to having a very interesting conversation. And we were talking off camera, and we were talking about one of the newest, I want to say newest members on Jefferson Avenue. It's a production company.
What's a dance studio?
Dance studio, okay.
And they're called the Dance Camp.
Okay. And now, give me your insight on this.
Well, I've just gotten involved myself a month ago or two, but they've been there. I would check off and on. They're finally reopened, so the COVID thing isn't stopping them. Put it like that.
Okay.
And they have jazz, ballet, modernized jazz,
Really? Wow.
hip hop. So it's gonna be a nice little thing. You have adults and children. So you can bring your kids in as well as the adults can come in. I started myself on Thursday. I was formerly with Apollo Media Center independently as a independent host and producer and CEO myself of a show called The Pastor's View, which I wrote and hosted. And I had an editor as well. You probably heard of Mr. Salter.
Yes.
Around the city. Yeah. He's a great editor and producer. And so I've been doing that ever since 2011, and I've gotten certified.
Really?
So the show was called Pastor's View, and it was basically Christian organized. I would bring business people on, psalmists on, and talk to them Q&A style, talk ahead, host guests. And that was very, very, very nice. And people saw it a little. Not as many people I thought would see it, but a lot of people had watched it on Channel 2019.
Right.
Then the channels changed.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, and that kind of put a kibosh on a whole lot.
Yeah, and then COVID came along.
Yeah.
Because I was studying editing.
Kind of get hit in the gut twice.
You got hit twice. I was so sick of this COVID, I wish it would end. But I got my 2 test shots with Moderna, so I got my vaccinations.
Okay. And we want to get out to the community. Please follow protocol, get your shots. It's not just because of you. You know who you're affecting, your family members. And also, you know, the community aboard. Come on, let's get on point and do this thing and do it with some dignity and prestige. That's what I'm gonna call it, prestige. Let's do this.
Well, let's get on board right away with the vaccinations because this COVID thing is dying down, but not enough. And a lot of people have died from it.
Yeah.
You know, somebody I really admired, and Theater also died of it.
And always, our community always get hit. Always. For some reason, our community always be, I'm gonna say, the fall guy. We always end up being the least, but getting hurt the worst.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm just kind of like at the point in my life now. We got to make some changes for real.
For real. Because I'd rather be safe than sorry. So if you can get your vaccination done, go out today. Go out to a church and get them done.
Yeah,
but you can get them done right away. And make sure you're getting 2.
And I think now they even have your pharmacy doing things now, because even like I guess Rite Aid, Walgreens, and all those people now are having when once before it was so hard to even get the shot. Now they're giving it to you.
Yeah, and it really don't cost anything either.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna get off that high horse. But let's get back to you. And so now you were independent producer at the Apollo Media Center.
Yes. I got certified in 2011 with Apollo Media Center.
Okay, and you also actor, performer. I believe, I'm not gonna speak out of turn, but poetess.
You know, I did read for poetry at Sankofa the Juneteenth. I was certified with them in Juneteenth 2018. I got on, I read a poem about the Panthers. It was really nice, that poem. It was hot that day, but I got on the stage very bravely and did a poem.
Awesome.
And, you know, I got off stage, but it was cool.
Okay.
They had people who sung songs.
Now, let me ask you this. Now, being aspiring as you are and very energetic and doing things in that nature, in that industry, what do you foresee for our youth?
Well, hopefully I foresee education for them. I want to make sure they're educated, because I did do some after school program 18 at School 74. I met a lot of kids there from first grade into 8th, and they're very, very energetic, the kids there. And they like getting involved with sports, but I want to make sure they get their education first.
Okay.
And as the after school program, I worked besides the teachers. So it's like teachers aiding, and it's in classroom aid. And it was a great opportunity to interact with children and the other teachers.
Right.
You know, so when I met and seen the kids, a lot of the preschoolers need extra help with some of their studies and keeping their behavior on check, because some of them get out of line a lot.
I can attest to that one.
So it was great to be able to go back into a school program and work with some kids.
Right.
you know, and come out and hang out with them. And like I said, they love sports normally. They're very highly energetic.
Yeah.
You feed them, but you want to keep them away from the sweets.
Okay.
Make sure they
I
get
know
their
that's right.
daily 3 meals,
Wee.
their breakfast, their lunch, and their dinner.
Yeah. That's a whole nother health issues. And we're trying to get on a healthy, what I want to say, a healthy kick, maybe healthy. Let's call it a healthy kick. We're trying to get people to eat healthy, more footage, green foliage, and fruits and vegetables. And we want you to get healthy. All right, let's get away from all the fatty foods and things that keep you weighed down. And then when you get older, it takes effects on you.
Yeah, I was thinking keto diet is good to stay healthy and fruit. It helps give you a healthy diet as a keto diet. I tried that once.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely worked on my abs more than anything. But I try to work out as much as I can every week.
Mm-hmm.
So, whether it's dancing, workout, walking.
Me, by being a former bus operator, I kind of had bad habits. And I kind of lost those bad habits now because now I'm almost $125 now.
Oh, so you came down.
Yeah.
You lost a few pounds.
Yeah. So, I'm healthy now. I'm very healthy. But, back then I thought I was healthy then, but I was round as a butterball then.
Right. Well, I was 150 or so, but I'm keeping my exercise going.
Good.
So to help you lose the weight in the midsection and around the hips and legs.
Good.
But keep the exercise videos and tapes. I have Emily Merch, who she does her exercise. I also have Carmen Electra's exercise tapes and Jillian Michael, those tapes. I love all that stuff. Okay. I love Ty Bo. So those are the great things I've looked into as far as video and exercising go.
Great, awesome. Now let me ask you this. And you one-on-one with the DA. Now you can be straight and forward. You don't have to sugarcoat nothing. What do you foresee yourself doing? Are you going to look into becoming that massive producer, or are you just going to just stay in the lane where you're going to act, sing, and do your poetry?
Well, if I got to do something where I'm at the head of it, and I'm also contributing to being in control of it, and it's executive producer wise, and something like that, I would love to do something like that in the future, which would be nice, and branch out besides Buffalo.
Now, let me ask you this question, and it might take you a minute. Now, they are not going to do the Juneteenth this year.
I heard they were going to do it virtually.
Yeah, they're going to do it virtually. What are your thoughts on that?
I like the Juneteenth because it brings everybody together. Like I said, I did perform once of poetry there on stage. So it's nice to be involved as well as just walking around and buying things. When you go, you see a lot of different minorities buying things, getting involved. Right. But you do see some white folks here and there. But you see a lot of us, and that's bringing us together in our neighborhoods as well. And they do it every summer. So even if it's virtually, it's still going to be there.
Okay. And I'm going to reach out to some people that I know, because I'm normally a part of Juneteenth every year. And I guess with this pandemic and all that social distancing, it's kind of gonna be kind of tough on us this year. But I think we're one of the world leading Juneteenth productions there is around the world.
Okay, yeah. But it's COVID thing going on. Even if the theaters are shut down, the virtual seasons now. So if they're doing anything openly, it might be next year when they start coming out again. Because everything's virtual now. Even the Juneteenth, like we said. But it's still going to be going on. Yeah. It's still ongoing.
Now,
even though it's virtually.
Do you know the dates? Because I'm quite sure our audience probably have no idea.
But it was always in the middle or the beginning of June.
About the June 13th, 14th, somewhere around.
Those were the dates normally.
Yeah.
They hold it every year. So around those times.
Yeah.
But the Challenger will be letting you know, hopefully, when it comes out. It comes out every month. So.
Every Wednesday.
So you got to pick up that Challenger and read to memorize those dates. And I think also the county fair is coming again in August. So.
Yeah. I heard that the county fair was getting ready to get back in the swing of things. So wow.
And that's another event that brings us all together.
And then again, I don't know how many people frequent Darien Lake, but
you can apply for a job there even. So that's a reopening. Darien Lake is also reopening. I haven't been there in a few years.
Slowly but surely, America is opening back up, I must safely say. America's opening back up.
Since the pandemic's been going on, a lot of things been closing and reopening. The movie theaters are finally closed but reopened now. So.
Yeah. And I guess with all this fussing and fighting, was staying open at 12 o'clock and down 10:30, 11 o'clock, kicking people out, and they haven't enjoyed their meal yet, or whatever the case may be. Come on, people, let's follow protocol.
Right, you gotta follow protocol.
get out of that whining business. You want some wine with that cheese?
I
Come on now.
know. Even TGI is closing at 9 o'clock. They're serving their last meal or last plate at 9.
Yeah. Wow.
So they close it
Really?
early.
Wow.
Yeah.
But again, I guess I'm kind of at all because again, there's a lot going on, and I try to stay abreast. But some things get by me. I'm not the smartest tool in the shed, but I try to stay abreast. And I think what's going on now, I think a lot of reforms are going on. I see a lot of things happening with the media. I guess they celebrating an anniversary with George Floyd, and I see a lot of different things. So the movement is happening. The changes of the culture is coming.
Yes.
And
yes.
I think, and I wholeheartedly believe that if we're gonna make changes, we're gonna have to be the one in the forefront.
They finally convicted Siobhan for George Floyd's death.
Yeah.
Yeah. That just outraged people more and more.
Oh,
this,
yeah.
the
Well,
new thing, this young guy named Dwayne Dwight. So they get the woman that actually shot Mr. Dwight. That was the next murder that threw a lot of controversialness going on now around that, surrounding
and then
that.
female officer that mistake her pistol.
Yeah,
for a
she said it
taser.
was her mace or something, and she grabbed her mace instead of her pistol. You've been on the force 26 years, you would know which end your pistol is on, which end your mace is on. That's crazy.
That's a whole nother term, a whole nother program. I'm gonna leave that one right there.
Really?
Because again, you're considered a professional,
right?
And if you don't know the difference between your gun, your taser, and
your taser, come on now, and then take another training class if you don't know that.
Yeah. That's. Come on now. Let's be honest and stop doing the protocol for the I want to say the police system, because again, how can you make that mistake? I can make that mistake, but I'm not a trained officer. I'm supposed to make that kind of mistake. But you, come on.
Like Xavier was a rook, but she was a 26-year veteran.
Yeah.
She should have known better. Yeah. If you don't know your taser from your gun and which hip it's in, you better take another class. Write it down. That's crazy.
Yeah. And again, you supposed to go to training ever so often to not make that kind of mistake.
Right. You shoot another black kid. He was only in his 20s. He was a father.
Yeah. That outraged a lot of people.
That outraged the nation.
Yeah. And I seen something on TV, I think last evening, and I was just at awe because again, the people that's in the forefront for this, man, these some heavy hitters, very heavy hitters. I'm like, okay, a movement is going on.
Yeah. A lot of people are getting involved. Poor People's Campaign, NAACP. A lot of people are having more meetings and talking about it. What's the one? The media, Western New York media also, who I'm connected with. But there, a lot of people are getting involved and getting more outraged about the newspapers, And only one man recently was convicted that was a cop, and that's Siobhan. So
now let's go back to you.
Let's get back to let's get off that subject.
Yeah, because that's a whole nother subject, man.
A topic
For another day. Let's get back to you, and we already discussed what you see in the near future, and what are your plans on going forward past today?
Well, tomorrow, we don't know if it's always promised to us, but for today, I foresee, luckily, education career and more things coming, where I can go back to school even. Broaden my horizons with the acting, dancing, or either music. I talked to a recording studio in Elmwood. They just want me to find a songwriter.
Really?
So that's it's Electric Sound Studio. So maybe I'll be doing some more singing. I haven't sung anything since like college. So,
really? Wow, okay.
So,
wow.
That'd be nice.
Wow, interesting. I want to say to the inspiring listener or actress, we want to give you a platform to really come out and come forward because, again, technology has afforded us to do some things that normally we wouldn't be able to do.
Right. Some people don't have these kind of shows, so this is a blessing.
Yeah, so I want to open the doors wide to all our inspiring young actors, songsters, poetess, poetry readers, or even if you want to act a little bit, we'll put something on for you.
Yeah.
You know?
So make sure we're putting more black people in the office. I know Kevin C. He wants to come in the office for mayor. Make sure you vote for Kevin C. He's on Facebook. Look him up because I know he wants to get to that mayoral seat. You just enter
Okay,
India
okay.
Walton. So look for put more black politicians into office.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
I try to stay away from that because again,
Just make sure you're voting for the right person.
I'm independent, so I don't like to be controlled by anyone.
Well, that's a good point too.
You know, and I just want to say that our platform is open to everyone. So if
Yeah,
he
the
wants
platform's
to
open to everyone.
come on our show and just do a brief interview with, please reach out to him and tell him, yo, David Allen giving you a platform. Go by and see him. Definitely.
Yeah, and definitely look for things that are helping us more in the neighborhood and our community,
Yeah,
especially our
yeah,
communities of
yeah.
black folks and indigenous
also,
poor people.
I want to say to people who really don't know about the Fillmore Express flea market, man, you better get over there.
Yeah, there's a flea market open up right there in Elmwood, right there in Elmwood and Bidwell.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's a nice area too. It's a really nice neighborhood.
Really? Wow. So things are happening around us all the time. But listen, I want to invite you again to come back because we got some subject matters to touch on. We didn't get to all of them, but we got to most of them. But we would like to thank you for coming out and hanging out with the DA one-on-one with the DA. And listen, again, really reach out to that guy and say, hey, listen, you need to go talk with the DA.
Mm-hmm. I'll be sure to make sure you get your business card.
Yes, okay. Definitely, for sure.
Bring your name up.
On that note, we're gonna say goodbye for now. And it was a pleasure having you in the studio.
Thank you for having me on, Mr. David Allen.
And listen, make sure you get your photo ops right behind you. You got the massive. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.